What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some Series 12 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. You heard that right. Today we are doing a ladder tour featuring the Sashi and Kyogre team. It is essentially Zoopal's version 2.0. It's an archetype that I really love, and I thought it would be a cool kind of change this time around. There is no rental team because things are still changing, and also for ladder tours, you can't use rental teams. I will have the code in the description. I know there are a couple tournaments coming up this weekend, so if anyone does want the rental code for this team, let me know. I can make that public and make an announcement with that. So talking a little bit about the team on a high level, first of all, is Zacian. Zacian, obviously one of the most bulky Pokemon, or powerful Pokemon in the format. And this is a really bulky sort of spread. Main idea is, hey, you want to be able to survive, also dish out some damage, and just take advantage of the fact that because Zacian is at +1, it hits super hard. Next up, we have Kyogre. Kyogre, incredible partner with Zacian, helps cover a lot of the weaknesses, particularly fire and ground. Has an incredible spread move with Water Spout. We did opt for a Choice Scarf, mainly just because I want to go fast and just get that big damage really as quickly as possible. Next up is Kingdra. Kingdra is a really good partner with Kyogre, being able to have that speed control, being able to outspeed Alecki after a boost, and really setting up for some of its teammates by going for things like a max Airstream or a max Waterfall, or a max, whatever the max water move is. I don't know why I'm forgetting that name, or max Hailstorm. So just having access to really powerful moves, the Life Orb obviously boosting that and really sort of helping out. So next up, we do have Zapdos. This is a really bulky Zapdos, mainly with the idea of dealing with opposing Zacian, being able to tank a lot of those hits. Can deal really well with Kyogre, which is something that you're going to see very common. So having Hurricane and Thunderbolt I thought was really good flexibility. Roost really getting that longevity, and with Static, having that huge chance of paralysis is huge. Next up, we do have Incin. Incin, obviously very standard. Intimidate, great. We are going with Throat Chop to deal with opposing Calyrex, just because I thought that was a really important option. And then we do have Parting Shot for pivoting. Flare Blitz, obviously really great, and then we do have Safety Goggles, just because of the fact that I feel like Venusaur and Amoonguss are very common. And then finally, we do have Rillaboom. Rillaboom kind of giving us that nice Fire, Water, Grass core, and we are opting for Drum Beating instead of Woodhammer. I think the ability to drop some speed tiers is really crucial and can really help set up some big things. So we do have the team on screen. I will, like I said, make sure to include the paste in the description, and if people want to see this team with the code, just let me know. And yeah, let's just get rocking and rolling and play some games. All right, battle number 1, and it is versus Necrozma and Yveltal. So it is Tornadus, Tapu Fini, Incineroar, Cradily, a Necrozma, and Yveltal. So I need to quickly Cradily, because I know Cradily resists or has Storm Drain, which is obviously why it's there. So figuring out really what is it weak to? It is weak to Ice, which is good to know. Ice Fighting, Bug. Okay, and Steel. Okay, so Zacian feels really good here. I actually really like Zacian Kyogre. I think that is a fine sort of lead. I think Zapdos is also really good here, being able to deal with Torn, being able to deal with Tapu Fini, having a good matchup versus Incin. How much does Flying do into... Flying is at least neutral into Cradily, and then Incin is tempting. Kingdra not so much because of Cradily. I'm going to go with Incin in the back. Ice is super effective, Fighting is super effective. So yeah, Cradily I think is going to be sort of I feel like Cradily is definitely coming to this just because of the fact that I deal with Kyogre. But Zacian obviously is going to be a very good partner for that. So we will see Yveltal Torn. So what? I could max Kyogre here. I mean, it's tempting just to go max Hailstorm, Or max lightning. No, let's do hailstorm and behemoth blade. I feel like that really is going to be the better option. We will get the max first, which is a result of the choice scarf. I don't know if they're maxing, so that is actually potentially really important information for my opponent, just knowing that we are scarfed. So let's see if the Yveltal doesn't max. I mean, that's good for us. That's probably a free KO, as we will just see. Okay, so no max. Yveltal probably going for damage into Kyogre, trying to stop. Okay, just a snarl, which is fine. You're trying to reduce the amount of damage that Water Spout does. Really, wish I had gone for it. Yeah, okay. Really wish I had gone for a Water Spout, but that's fine. Behemoth Blade comes out. We do have a chance to KO Yveltal, and I think if we get that KO, that's really huge, because that means we'll pick up a double KO, as unfortunately not. We will at least take out a threat and get some good damage on the board, right? Just being able to break a potential Focus Sash and just chip away. We do have Ensign in the back, so that's really helpful, but we do have to figure out how to deal with Necrozma. But I think what's it called? The water, just going for max water should be good enough. Why am I forgetting what this thing's called? I don't know why I'm totally blanking on what the water type max move is. Max Geyser. That's what it is. Let's Geyser here, and I want to get a KO into Torn. I think we should be in a good position to deal with Necrozma. We are at -1 from Yveltal, but I think all things considered, that's fine. We are going to see the max. Worst case, we can switch out and... Okay, so what? We have Ensign. So we do have the ability to intimidate Necrozma and do work there. So if we... Oh yeah, you have Max Quake. You are also Weakness Policy. Okay, so we will see the Weakness Policy trigger. We will lose Zacian here, which is, it's fine. Or we're still faster. Okay, we're still faster. That's really good news, because that means that this Necrozma is very, very slow. We can at least... we don't even pick up the KO. Sad. Yep. Max Quake makes sense. We are going to... Oh, into Kyogre. Okay. Into Kyogre is fine. We will see you get a special defense boost. That's also fine. Max Geyser will come out into you for... Is that a crit? That definitely is a crit. Yeah. Okay, so that crit's a really big deal. Also being faster than your Necrozma is a really big deal. I'm gonna switch out Kyogre into Ensign. Nope. Controller drift. I think getting the attack drop is important, and then I mean you're low enough where Behemoth Blade should do a pretty sizable chunk. We are gonna see the Torn swap. This should be an Ensign. Okay, it's gonna be Cradily, which is fine, right? You're expecting me to go for another water type attack. I am trying to get the heck out of there and utilize... Zapdos would have been a fine switch too for... No, I think Ensign is better because of the fact that we get the attack drop. And then if we bring out Kyogre, we can at least take advantage of the fact that we have a spread type move, as we will be able to go for the Behemoth Blade. So this crit really, really mattering here. Should do a good chunk. Not enough for the KO, but we should be able to get that the subsequent turn. We will see a Steel Spike come out into Zacian. Zacian does not take that. So my question now, my big question now is, you're so low. Do I think I can go for no? Let's bring out Kyogre. Kyogre has Thunder. Thunder at this range should definitely KO Necrozma. We are Scarf, so we will be faster. we have a very clear fake out into Cradily, as well as a Thunder onto the Necrozma. We do still have to figure out how to beat this Cradily in the end game, but all things considered, I don't think it's the worst. We saw that Zacian was faster than Necrozma. They don't know that we are Choice Scarf because of the fact that we maxed and they didn't. So that is important information. We are going to get the fake out off, which is going to be huge. Lets us, finish off this Necrozma very effectively. And now it is going to be essentially a 3v1. We still, it's not. We still do have to beat. Okay, so yeah, we do have to still beat the Cradily, which should be slower than Kyogre anyway. So I say we double up Tornadus. Let's go for a Throat Chop onto you as well as a Thunder. And then, yeah, like I said, we do have to figure out how to beat Cradily. Zapdos, I think having access to Roost can help, because like worst case we can just go for Timer, which not ideal, but also not the end of the world. As this Thunder, yeah, we'll pick up the KO onto Torn, which is great. That means that we do have Throat Chop. Oh! Okay. Oh, that sucks. That is really unfortunate. We definitely did get a little lucky here. I'm going to go for... I could Parting Shot. I'm going to Parting Shot and then... Nope, I'm going to Parting Shot the Cradily and then swap out into Zapdos. Because then what we can do is we have Ice Beam, which is... It's normally effective, but we also have Hurricane, which I think we should still have a turn of Rain left. Perfect. And that's fine. We still have access to Parting Shot. Rain is going to stop here. So that means we swap into Kyogre, and we go for a Hurricane because that is normally effective. I think, yeah, getting the 100% accurate move there is what's most important. And then what's nice is with Meteor Beam, we obviously can protect the turn and choose to attack. We will be able to put on just a lot of pressure between, with Ensign, Zapdos, and Kyogre as... I mean, okay, that was a lot of damage. Meteor Beam, you will be forced to not use Protect, and so we can just go for an Ice Beam right here, as well as a Hurricane onto Cradily to wrap things up, because we will, outspeed with both, and this Kyogre should be enough to pick up the win. So definitely a really unfortunate crit from my opponent. It really put them in a position where I was able to easily KO their Necrozma, whereas things would have been a little bit more tricky. But like I think given the fact that we still had so many resources in the end, we could have still kept pushing through. So still, like I said, overall a really good first game, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one as soon as we, All right, battle number 2, and it is Palkia Zacian. It is going to be Palkia Zacian with Lando, a, what's it called, Marowak, a Gothitelle, and Venusaur. So... I really like Kyogre as a lead. It deals with a lot of things, but I also do have to be weary of a bunch of stuff. Zacian, I think, is... I mean, what? I want Zacian. I want Kyogre. Because my issue, right, is if you bring out Goth, you can just KO me. I'm gonna stick with this lead of Zacian Kyogre. I'm gonna bring Ensign, and I'm gonna bring Zap in the back. Do I want Zapdos or do I want Kingdra? Controller drift, please stop that. I'm gonna bring Zapdos. It has a worse matchup into Marowak, but I have Throat Chop, Incin, and Kyogre. So what? I'm most afraid of Gothitelle. No, because if you lead Gothitelle with something to try and stop Kyogre, I can just max Kyogre. So I don't have to worry about the fake out, as we will see Palkia. Okay, Palkia Gothitelle is fine. This is a potential easy Trick Room. Is this an easy Trick Room? You fake out, you can fake out and... Yeah, you can fake out and Trick Room with Palkia. I'm gonna just go for it. Max Lightning. Let's max Lightning the Palkia. This prevents hypnosis. This prevents a hypnosis, which they definitely can do with Gothitelle. I mean, we might lose. I mean, the fake out is really obvious, but I think given how little damage Gothitelle does, it isn't worth just saying, hey, screw it. So yeah, I say we go for the max Lightning. We are seeing no switch to Marowak, which is always really great. Yeah, obvious fake out is obvious, but I mean, we took 4 damage, which now we can protect the subsequent turn. Yeah, we will see that. This should be a Trick Room. Yeah, we are going to see a Trick Room here. I do expect... I'm going to substitute with Zacian, and I'm going to Geyser the Gothitelle slot, saying you might switch out into Marowak to Lightning Rod and hit for damage back. That's my thought process, is you're going to bring out Marowak to absorb the incoming Lightning, because at this range, yeah, with the boost, this will be enough to KO Palkia outside of Max. So having that going for us is really huge. I mean, Marowak is a good answer into Zacian and Kyogre because of the fact that, I mean, it's a good answer into Zacian. So let's see if we call this right. We are going to, okay, perfect. We do see the switch from Goth. Survey set, okay, I'll take that. It should still be a KO onto Zacian, which, you know, I'll take. We are going to see Spatial Rend into... That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry, friend. We get a KO onto your Zacian. Or we don't even KO the Zacian. That is big sad. I'm going to Behemoth Blade this slot, and I'm going to Lightning the Palkia. At this point, I may as well. That is really unfortunate about the Spatial Rend. We will see the Palkia protect. That's fine. We can hit through you. We will, yeah, Lightning doesn't care because it's a max move. Perfect. And now let's see. You should be a slower Zacian. Okay, perfect. So you are pretty slow with your Zacian. You'll break through my substitute, but at the same time, we will get the KO onto you. I am shocked you lived. That is a very, very, very bulky Zacian. This lets us fire off a Behemoth Blade onto you. Nice. So, okay, so that was our full max. We got rid of Zacian, which is great. Gothitelle doesn't put on much pressure, which is fine. We are going to see Venusaur. Okay, Venusaur. I'm going to Behemoth Blade here, and what did I bring in the back? I have, okay, perfect. I have Zapdos. Let's Thunder Palkia. We know you don't have Marowak, so that's great. Venusaur probably what? Max into me for why didn't I just switch? It was such an easy switch. It's fine. I should have switched into Zapdos to take the obvious, because you could have gone for what's it called? Okay, yeah, it is going to be Vine Lash into Kyogre. So we will lose Kyogre. I think that all things considered, that's fine because of the fact that we do have Zapdos in the back. Zapdos not really going to care about Venusaur. We will see the Life Orb. We do have to take this Hydro Pump. We should live it because of how bulky we are. Survey says that wasn't supposed to happen. That really wasn't supposed to happen. Ensign and Zapdos. Okay, this is a little bit tricky now. I actually did not expect to go down from that. We have a decent amount of bulk. We could be more especially defensively bulky, but that's fine. We will get the attack drop. We go for a fake out onto Palkia, and we go for a Hurricane onto the Venusaur. We will probably lose. We probably are going to lose Ensign. That's what I'm thinking. Right, you go for a Max Quick onto Ensign, and then Palkia. So this is tricky. I'm trying to think of how we could have done this differently. We could have let Rillaboom. Rillaboom would have actually been really good here because of the fact that Rillaboom would have had a faster fake out than Goth. Okay, that was a smart play. That was a very smart play. Because now you are able to fake out onto Ensign the subsequent turn, whereas I'm not. Okay. And yeah, Venusaur has basically no speed, being able to. We do live. I'll take that. I mean, it doesn't matter because you are with the special defense boost. I don't really see unless we get this KO with Hurricane, which we don't. Okay, rain stops. Ensign will go down. What? Yeah, you have a very easy fake out into Ensign, or you might not. I mean, I have to double up the Venusaur at this point. Zapdos does have Roost. So you can only fake out one thing. You should fake out the Ensign. You should fake out Ensign. You could fake out Zapdos. You could fake out Zapdos, Quake the Ensign for the KO. But I need to put on pressure onto this Venusaur. You could ally switch, and that would make me sad. We will. Okay, perfect. See, just a Hurricane. So close. Should be a Ooze. Okay, is this into Ensign? Into Ensign. Oh yeah, because you're at 16. I was like, Ensign can live. Goth will get the special attack rise. So will Venusaur. This should be a Trick Room from Goth. Oh, why didn't you go down? We will see. Yeah, it is going to be a Trick Room. We do have the advantage that we have Roost and a Citrus Berry. So it's not 100% over for Zapdos, especially now that, your max has ended. I'm going to protect. I want to do a little scouting. Because if there's... I really wish I had, what's it called? Safety goggles on Zapdos. I mean, Hypnosis, yeah, we're going to see just the doubles. We're going to see that. So what we can do is we can just try to... This is not going to put me in citrus range. Yeah, we're not in citrus range. We should take another one. So if we can dodge a Hypnosis this turn, we should live a Sludge Bomb and get off a you're going to hit it. Because I was gonna say we can roost stall the Venusaur to have it knock itself out. Supposing we live this Sludge Bomb, which we actually just don't. So definitely a little bit unfortunate this time around. Yeah, I think Rillaboom. What really did it for us? I think Zacian living was huge. I mean, I guess I didn't have a Marowak didn't make sense, so I should have just put on as much pressure as possible with Kyogre. So that was a little unfortunate. I think Palkia KOing me with Hydro Pump was also unexpected, but still overall, I think 2 very good battles, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day. Sorry, I forgot to hit record. It is an Eternatus team. It is Eternatus Incineroar with a Torkoal, a Grimmsnarl, Yveltal, and Venusaur. So probably don't want Kyogre lead. I really like Incin Zacian with Kyogre and Zapdos. Kingdra is tempting, but probably not going to pull its own weight. And Rillaboom also, yeah, given Eternatus, Venusaur, Yveltal, Torkoal, just everything on this team is bad for Rillaboom. So let's kind of see what to expect from my opponent. I think we should hopefully be in a pretty good spot to deal with things, as we will see. Okay, Grimmsnarl Yveltal is great for me. Zacian Incin, perfect. We can fake out their Grimmsnarl. I'm fine to fake out Grimmsnarl and set up a substitute. I think getting sub up on sub up on Zacian is going to be really huge. So having that ability is really great. We also can at least prolong what Grimmsnarl wants to do for a turn. So let's set up a sub, and like I said, I think fake out here is just the better option because of the fact that we stop, like I said, actually allowing for a turn of screens is not ideal. But if it's T-Wave Grimmsnarl, right, like that's huge. We essentially shut off a huge sort of thing. We will see a swap out into probably Torkoal. Okay, it is going to be Torkoal. Torkoal is fine for me. We can easily switch out into Kyogre to deal with that, as we will get the fake out here and then a substitute on Zacian. So let's see what you want to go for. It should be Foul Play. Okay, Foul Play into Zacian is fine. You are going to break the sub. I can... Let's Protect and Parting Shot the Yveltal. We know that you're not Scarfed, and what this will let us do is this will let us have Kyogre change the weather. We will see a swap from Yveltal. This should be, yep, into Grimmsnarl. Not ideal, but also not the end of the world. We will be able to, like I said, have Kyogre next to Zacian, which is huge because now we will have big threats onto everything my opponent has. We get a nice little drop. Not the biggest deal in the world, but Kyogre comes out. I'm really hoping that you just Earth Powered into Zacian, because that would be really great. Substituting again would have been nice, but I think this is fine. Let's see what happens here. We will see a Burning Jealousy. So Burning Jealousy should not be doing anything into Kyogre. Yeah, 5 damage, perfect. And from here, I would like to substitute again and just click Water Spout. We should see a switch out from Grimmsnarl. We could see, okay, so what you could do is you could switch out Torkoal. And so yeah, we're going to see a switch out from Torkoal, probably Venusaur, into Yveltal. Okay, that's fine. We will, we do have to worry about Thunder Wave, but other than that, we're fine. Sad. But we aren't revealing we're Scarfed. Ugh, God, so close. We do get up a substitute, so that's huge. It should be a Thunder... We should see a Thunder Wave from Yveltal. Or let's just do this and then go for a Water Spout here. You could T-Wave again onto Kyogre. So I think doubling up the Yveltal guarantees that we can get a KO onto you. You could switch out into... Okay, just going straight for a light screen, that's fine. Water Spout comes out onto you, KOs the Grimmsnarl. Good damage onto Yveltal, so we just need to not get paralyzed. And we should be in... Okay, Snarl is fine. Okay, go for it. Oh, it hits through... Haha, it hits through Substitute. We love that spicy tech right there. So we are paralyzed, unfortunately. That's frustrating, but you know, it's not the end of the world. We will see Venusaur come out, so I expect the Yveltal to switch into Torkoal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to Behemoth Blade here and swap out into Ensign. Yeah, this should, like I said, Yveltal should switch out into Torkoal to get the sun up. That'll put pressure on me, but that means I can bring out Zapdos pretty freely. And Zapdos should be in a very good spot, given the fact that it's just not going to take that much from Venusaur. And then we can threaten big damage back. We will see, yep, Yveltal going to switch out. This should be our friend Torkoal. I mean, it obviously is our friend Torkoal. We should see a Venusaur Max here. And so you could Vine Lash. You could Vine Lash into... Oh, you just go straight for a Sleep Powder. That's perfect. We're safety goggles. That lets us put on immediate pressure with Behemoth Blade. This could be a KO. It depends on how bulky their Venusaur really is. Survey says not bulky enough. Ooh, yeah. That allows for the KO. We at this point we can max Ensign, just because, like, why not? This forces you to bring out Yveltal. Yveltal obviously not going to like getting hit by anything. We have a Sacred Sword onto Torkoal. We won the Weather War, and we can Max Flare into Yveltal, just guaranteeing the KO. Right? I can't see Yveltal picking up a KO. It looks like you're maxing Torkoal, which, like, fine. We have access to Kyogre. We can just Water Spout you immediately after losing something, so not worried. We should see Ensign pick up a KO. Could be a Snarl. Could be a Heat Wave. Okay, so yeah, it looks like we're going to see Max Torkoal. Max Torkoal a little scary. Yeah, Max Torkoal is fine. We do have Kyogre, so, like, being able to just fire off a Water Spout, even if you are at +1 special defense with a light screen, like, I'm not super worried about. Yveltal going for a foul play into Zacian. We lose Zacian, but, like, I'm okay with that. We should at least fire off a Sacred Sword. Yep, get some good chip. It's a good chip. I'll take that. It's a critical hit. A little unfortunate. Luck playing a role in things, but it is what it is. We KO with Max Flare onto the Yveltal. And at this point, we should, like I said, have this done. Especially, yeah, we see the Flare, so not even getting the boost. So I can see, yep, there we are. We have Kyogre. Kyogre is going to automatically change this weather, and because of the fact that you don't have a special defense boost, we can just fire off damage freely, and we have Max Darkness too, so we can lower your special defense. And yeah, we click this button, and we click Max Darkness. So Ensign, definitely not what I expected to be maxing, but I find myself actually maxing it a fair bit. So that's always a really interesting sort of thing. But overall, I think still some really interesting battles. And wow, it lived. Okay, so this battle is not over. But, I mean, we just... Okay, it should go down from a Max Darkness. But yeah, I think this format is really interesting. Even though this team feels very hyper offense, like, we're still playing longer battles. It is still about positioning. And I think that is really cool. So I am excited to see how things develop. I do want to try out some more ladder tours, just really experiment with stuff and figure out what works, what doesn't, and go from there. But yeah, that's the video. I am really excited to upload more content, and with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you.